Hello students, I have shared the practical sheet on Bayes factor earlier. So let us consider solution to the different questions in the practical sheet. Notice that question 1 is based on most of the earlier questions which we have solved. So I am leaving the solution to the question 1 to you. I hope you will be able to do it. So let us consider the solution to the second question. Now in the second question, xi's are assumed to have Poisson distribution with mean theta, where the prior distribution of theta is assumed to be like this. Now notice that this is a mixture distribution if alpha is between 0 and 1. So here alpha is given to be pointed. So this is a mixture of these two PDFs. The first PDF is theta e raised to minus theta and the second PDF is e raised to minus theta. So if you notice carefully, theta e raised to minus theta is a gamma PDF and e raised to minus theta is the standard exponential distribution, which again can be treated as a gamma PDF. So basically the prior distribution of theta is a mixture of two gamma densities. So the question is, first obtain the plot of prior distribution of theta. We will do this in R. Then find the posterior distribution of theta if alpha is equal to 0.8, and then generate a random sample of size 30 from Poisson 1.35. Use it to compute the Bayes factor for testing H0 theta less than or equal to 1.4 against H1 theta greater than 1.4. Now notice that if prior distribution of theta is gamma, mixture of gamma densities, then the posterior will be again a mixture of gamma densities but with different parameters. In fact, it will be depending on the sample you have generated. So let us see how this can be done in R. Okay, so let us continue with the discussion. So we want to first obtain plot of the prior distribution of theta. Alpha equal to 0.8 has been given. So alpha is 0.8. Now since we are dealing with a mean of Poisson distribution, so I am considering the values of theta as from 0.01 to 10. This I have chosen arbitrarily. You can have a look at the plot and then can change the values accordingly. So let us consider the prior distribution. So here I have written a function which computes the value of the prior PDF at point Z. So the first term in the PDF was alpha theta raised to theta e raised to minus theta. So theta e raised to minus theta is the PDF of gamma distribution with shape 2 and rate 1. So I have considered it as term 1. Then the second term was 1 minus alpha times e raised to minus theta. Now either you can write it as a gamma PDF with shape and rate both 1, or you can write it as an exponential PDF with mean 1, with parameter 1. So either way it will be correct. So term 1 is this and term 2 is this. Then the prior PDF is simply addition of these two terms. So in this question, I have tried to use R as far as possible. So I have avoided theoretical derivation of the posterior distribution and I have calculated posterior distribution using the functions. So let us see how it is done. So let us first plot the prior distribution to get a better idea of the situation. So here we are calculating the prior PDF. So let us see whether it is working. So prior PDF at 10. It is very small. Then prior PDF at say 3. So it is 0.12. So yes, so far it seems that it is working. Now I am calculating the values of prior PDF for all these values in theta and I am saving it here in this vector. So let us run it and now let us consider the plot. So this is how the prior distribution looks like. It is initially increasing, reaches its mode around 0.1 and then it goes on decreasing. So this is how the prior PDF looks. Now we are told to test the hypothesis that theta is less than theta naught against theta greater than theta naught. So theta naught here is given as 1.4. So now because we want to test the hypothesis in the favor of H naught, so we want to test the hypothesis. So we will need the prior probabilities of both these hypotheses. Since this prior is a mixture prior, so and in fact it's a continuous distribution, so we don't need separate prior distributions for H0 and H1, and we are going to use this prior distribution itself as a prior of theta. So in order to find the prior probabilities of H0 and H1, we will have to integrate the prior PDF over the range 0 to theta naught to get the prior probability of H0, and over the range theta naught to infinity to get the prior probability of H1. So to do this, I am using integrate function. So we will be integrating the prior PDF over the range 0 to theta naught, and we will look at this value, its value, by using dollar value. So let us see what do we get. So let us first run theta naught equal to 1.4. Now let us see if I run only this much part, what do we get? So we get a value like this, 0.4772144 with absolute error less than 5.3 into 10 raised to minus 15. So the error is almost 0. So we can accept this as the correct value of the integration. So this will be the prior probability of H0. And now, so how much is the prior probability? So it is 0.477 as we have seen earlier. Now prior probability of H1 will be simply 1 minus this. Okay, now we are told to generate a random sample of size 30 from Poisson distribution with theta equal to 1.35. So let us generate a random sample from Poisson first. Okay, so if we can have a look at the summary. So see here, minimum is 0, maximum is 6. So most of the time, so the range is around 6. So okay, now we want to find the posterior distribution empirically. So we are not deriving the exact expression of posterior distribution. Instead, we are going to write some code segments in R, so that finally it will give us the values of posterior PDF. So for that, first we need to compute the joint distribution. So suppose joint distribution is to be computed. Now X we have already generated. So now what we need is the joint distribution of X and H, X and theta. So now the joint distribution is simply the product of uh, conditional distribution of xi is given theta multiplied by the prior PDF. So here I have written a function in R where this x, the x which we have generated, will be used so that we can easily compute the marginal distribution of these values of x as well. So how do we go about it? So suppose joint PDF is a function of component coming from theta only, because here I have already observed x, so I am treating it as a function of h alone, even though technically it should be function of observations, that is x and h. So uh, observations and theta. So here I am treating h as the value assumed by theta. So joint PDF is will be like this. Suppose the product is 1, then what we need to do is first that we should consider the product of Poisson densities, Poisson PMFs at point xi. So this product can be computed by using this command. First, let us first initialize the product. So I am using a variable prod and I am initializing it as 1. Then for I in 1 to n, I am multiplying it by every time by Poisson PMF computed at point xi, taking the mean h. H is the parameter here. So this will give me product of the Poisson PMFs computed at point x1, x2, xn. So now the second part of the joint PDF is the prior PDF of the parameter. So suppose PDF variable contains this value. So PR PDF of H. So finally the joint PDF will be simply product of these two quantities. So let us run the code and let us see whether it works or not. Okay, so no error message has appeared. Now joint PDF of say at point 1. So very small means the probabilities that theta is equal to 1 is really small, but commenting on it by just looking at the value will be really wrong, because we haven't seen what is the value of joint PDF when theta is assumed to take different values. So okay, the purpose of computing this was just to see whether the function is working or not. So it is working. Now the marginal distribution of x will be simply integration of this function joint PDF with respect to theta. So here joint PDF, since I have written it as a function of theta value only. So I can integrate it over the range of theta, which is 0 to infinity. So I'm integrating it over this range 0 to infinity. So let us see what do we get when we integrate it like this. So see, the error is almost 0, and this is the value. So let us run this. Okay, now the posterior distribution is simply ratio of the two. That is, joint PDF divided by mx is going to give me the posterior distribution of theta. So I have defined a function PSPDF computed at point z, which returns joint PDF divided by the marginal distribution of x. So if you are interested in seeing the way PSPDF values changes, so we can write a vector which computes values of the posterior PDF at the various values of theta, and we can plot it. So I am using the command lines because then it will add this graph to the earlier one. Okay, so it is going beyond the range. It means first we should plot the posterior distribution and then add the lines of prior to it. So now let us try again. So as you can notice, you can easily notice the change. So why so much huge change has occurred? So that is because the sample size is relatively large. It is 30. So the sample values are going to dominate the structure of posterior distribution. So because 30x were observed, so the posterior distribution will depend more on the conditional distribution of x given theta than on the prior distribution of theta. So that's why the mode is very clear here, and the function is also not looking like a mixture of two distributions, even though technically it would be a mixture of two distributions. So try what can be a good exercise is you can try to find the posterior distribution theoretically, and you can check whether the values computed theoretically match with the values computed like this. So now we are interested in testing the hypothesis. So we want the prior posterior probability of H0 and H1. So again, the way we did earlier, we can do it here. So PS0 will be simply integration of posterior distribution, that is PS PDF, with lower equal to 0 and upper equal to theta naught. So we get the posterior probability. So notice that the prior probability of H0 was 0.4772144, whereas the posterior probabilities of the same hypothesis is 0.11. So there is a drastic change in the probabilities of H0 after getting the data. So the Bayes factor will be simply the ratio of posterior odds to the prior odds. So let us look at the Bayes factor. So 0.56. So you can now make the conclusion. So notice that here the hypothesis was H0 was theta less than theta naught. So theta naught is 1.4 and theta is 1.35. So we are generating random sample from H0. So H0 is true basically, but notice that 1.35 is very close to 1.4. So since this ratio Bayes factor indicates the evidence in the favor of H0, so because the evidence is very less, so we are rejecting H0 here. So why this is happening? That is because theta and theta naught are very close to each other.